Andy Mok joins us now. He's a senior research fellow at the Center for China and Globalization. Andy, thank you very much for your time. I think what's most impressive about that report by Shah Rushe is the 12 million tests in just 6 minutes. How did China create this ability to test so effectively with these technologies?
Well, it indeed is an impressive and astonishing achievement, the ability to handle just such large amounts of testing in such a short period of time. And I think there's a couple of reasons why China is able to do this. I think, first of all, we look at the very, very important infrastructure aspect, which the piece also mentioned, that without a stable internet able to handle massive amounts of data very quickly, this would not be possible. But I think even more importantly, we need to first understand at a basic level what exactly technology is. And it's nothing more than the application of scientific knowledge to solve practical problems. And this is something that I think is very often overlooked around the world, and understanding why China can do these things. And that's because China actually has innovated and has actually quite an advanced level of technology when it comes to governance, meaning that without an effective technology of governance, none of these things would be possible. So I think this is also a very, very important aspect that more people, I hope, will pay attention to.
You've described, the broader aspect of technology here, but can you give us a little bit more information about the specific areas of technology that have been most effective in minimizing the spread of the virus?
Well, I think there have been a couple of areas. So in terms of detection, public health management, as we heard, the rollout of rapid detection, screening, identification, QR codes, I think in particular, is one technology that has played a very crucial role. But the very important other piece of this is, what do you do after you've detected outbreaks and have taken steps to control them? The other very, very important quick development of technology in China during the pandemic is in the digital economy. Even last year, I think China's digital economy accounted for more than 40% of GDP, and a large part of this growth was due to the pandemic, people being at home, able to go to stores or travel as freely as they could, and this includes everything from buying things online, having them delivered through contactless delivery, to remote work. So online meeting software really, I think, advanced rapidly and made big progress in this time period as well. So those are a couple examples.
And given that there's a lot of farming and storing of data involved here, how does China appease concerns people might have about privacy and public safety, especially given the way personal data is stored and analysed?
Well, this is a very important question because we've seen that COVID is a global pandemic and countries need to work together to solve it. And this, I think, fixation with privacy as commonly defined in the Anglophone world really is a bit of a problem. And what we've seen is that China has led the way here, not just with public health, but we look at some of the other dangers brought about by the digital economy. So misinformation online that's led to not just social problems, but sometimes actual violence in real life. And I think the biggest challenge here for other countries around the world is to take a more pragmatic and realistic look at weighing these trade-offs. So in an ideal world, of course, everyone would like absolute privacy, but because we live in a human society where we not only have our own desires, but responsibility to others and to society at large, we need to be very realistic about this. And I hope that countries, in particular like the US, that has been one of the worst hit by the pandemic, can come to a more realistic and pragmatic understanding. And that, in fact, would be an advance in governance technology.
Really interesting insight, Andy. Thank you very much for that. Andy Mok there from the Center for China and Globalization.
Thank you.